Hello everyone, we are talking about protection for overtime edge of the workbench tool. First of all, the chemical change procedure is below. While the chemical change, the chemical has its lifetime. The using time is too long. Or the wrong wafer number is too many. Then we have to change the chemical. Just like the engine oil, we have to change it to keep the chemical fresh enough to run the product. The chemical change procedure, for example, like it. First of all, drain the chemical, then the DI water fill and to dilute. DI water fill to the full position and start the pump to use the DI water to dilute all the tank and the chemical piping to flush out the chemical residue. Then dilute enough, drain the chemical. If necessary, we repeat the chemical cleaning procedure. This is the chemical cleaning procedure. Chemical fill to dilute and the DI water drain. To repeat it, to let the chemical tank and the piping break clean. After the DI water clean, we drain all the DI water to complete. Then we fill new chemical, and we can prepare to run the product. This is the chemical change. And we use the chemical change to set the protection for overtime issue. The chemical process overtime is very clear. If a wafer sinking at a chemical tank, it will set 3 minutes. 3 minutes processing time. If have some issue to let, the wafer cannot be took out, and it over 3 minutes. We call overtime. Then the chemical will do the action with the wafer continuously. Then the wafer surface can be damaged due to the overtime. So the protection, we want to stop the process to protect the wafer from product damage. drain the chemical is the best way to drain the chemical to protect the wafer. The protection setting, for example, like this. If we set over processing time above 10 seconds, then we start the protection sequence. This time can be longer or shorter, depends on the process. Some process can take a long time over time. Some process can't take any overtime. So it depends on the process. The overtime sequence start. Then, first of all, drain the chemical liquid completely, of course. Now you can see that the protection sequence start. You got to drain the chemical. Sometimes the chemical very expensive, cost money. So you can see that maybe it cost $10,000 chemical waste to save the wafer. Then, after drain chemical, we fill the DR water, just like this. Fill the DR water to the high level. There's two ways to set. Fill their water to overflow. Fill their water to overflow. It's the inner tank. The wafer existing here. It's the out tank. When the DR water full of it will overflow to the out tank, then drain. So fill the DR water to overflow. We supply the DR water all the time. Supply to the inner tank and overflow DR water to the overflow. The DR water overflow to the out tank and to drain. This is dilute lightly to protect the wafer from atmosphere air particle to damage the wafer. So we use the DR water overflow to dilute the chemical residue on the surface of wafer and avoid surface of wafer contact atmosphere air. Or we can do more. Fill and dilute overflow. Dilute just we talk about dear water dilute means we fill the dear water, then start the pump to circulation, use the dear water to dilute all the tank and the piping and the wafer, then drain and fill the dear water full and dilute several times. The wafer is clean and without chemical residue. Then start to overflow to protect the wafer. This is the flow and dilute and overflow. You can set the protection setting just like this sequence. After the protection action completely and the machine fixed well without any trouble, after that we record the protection time, how many times the wafer sinking at the dear water. To let process engineer to keep it, and we move out the wafer. Of course, dry the wafer at first and move out the wafer to inspect it to see and to let process engineer to decide how to rework with it. You can see that drain the chemical. Sometimes the chemical is very expensive. But drain the chemical to waste money for protecting the wafer from damage. So now you can see wafer is our product, and the product is for our customers. So we have to take care of the product for customer. This priority is higher than save the chemical money. So if we take care of to deal with the machine issue, we must to protect our wafer product. This is our first priority job. Okay, let's all see you next time.